Hey, it's Patrick here. Hey, I just had the opportunity to go out and fish at Hilltop Lake in eastern Washington. This is the lake that Red's Fly Shop in Ellensburg manages. And I had 2 days booked, and my buddy came up that I grew up bass fishing with, and we met and went out there to fish. The weather had been about 90 degrees a couple days prior, and I thought for sure that would get like the dragonflies going and so on. And I think it did, but a front came through and it just blew and rained, and it was really messy. That was on Tuesday, and we were starting to fish on, no, actually the storm was on Wednesday. We were going to fish Thursday, Friday. So we get there Thursday and it's windy, but we think we can tolerate it. We look for more sheltered areas. And I had fished it last year on these same days, so I kind of approached it with the same techniques. So starting off with like little tiny frog poppers that I've been trying to work on and develop into a finished product. Started with those, nothing going on. I threw the tandem fluke rig, like a donkey rig style. I tried it with white. I tried it with kind of a rainbow color. I tried it with copper. They weren't having it. The fish, we weren't really seeing fish on beds, so we assumed that they were post-spawn, which they should be by now. We threw some, well, after the little stuff wasn't working and the wind picked up, we thought we would need to go to something bigger and louder. So we switched to the foam slice frog and almost immediately hooked a giant fish, and we lost it. We estimated it in the 4-pound class, which was great, but we didn't get to land that fish. So I started throwing some swimming frogs, and I think I had one kind of take a look at it but not commit to it. We switched a little bit heavier, and I threw a Sir Stix-a-Lot and a tungsten black to be kind of leechy. Got absolutely no looks on that. We did see some dragonflies start to fly in the afternoon, but the wind just kept getting worse and worse throughout the day. So it became harder to even just maneuver around in the drift boat. It became harder to cast, and we just figured the fish were getting more and more put off by it. So we did throw the dragonfly, absolutely no action on that. And what finally started, besides getting a couple more on the foam slice frog, which kind of ended up being the hero of the day, I've been working on some worm patterns for bass, and in various styles and sizes and colors. Still trying to hone in on the final design of it, but did get some action on these, and we sought out the deepest parts of the lake. We looked at a bathymetric map and tried to figure out where those deep parts were, tested it with an anchor. We did not have a fish finder with us, so we just kind of tested depths with the anchor and finally found some deep spots. Started sinking these worms down deep and twitching them back up to us, and we got some fish doing that. So the only fish I caught for the day was a crappie, great slab of a fish. My buddy got the bass, and he got 4, I think, for the day. We did weigh a couple of them, and 2 of them I would say were very, very similar sized. So this first one I'm showing you was the first one I'm talking about, and it only weighed in at 1.3 pounds. We caught an identical fish, I would say, later that was exactly a pound heavier, 2.3, and that one was caught off of a bed, or very near to a bed. So we think that one was still waiting to spawn. It was still full, and the other one was post-spawn, had already dropped its eggs. So we had 2 almost identical fish and a pound difference in the 2 of them, pre-spawn, post-spawn. So anyway, It was a very tough day of fishing. I think the moral of the story is keep trying, keep experimenting. This is why so many flies exist in our market, and it gives you those options to try different things, experiment with different techniques. The thing I do wish I would have had is a sink tip so I could get even deeper and keep it deeper, whether that be it for the bait fish or the worms. And we went back the second day, and we got to the lake, and it was blowing as hard or maybe even a little harder as the day before, and it was colder. So we just decided to scrap the day and pack it up and go home. So we didn't have it in us to fight the wind in that drift boat, and know the fishing was going to be tough for us. So anyway, have lots of flies, have lots of options, and perseverance.